Hey guys, this is Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. So if it's your first time stopping here, welcome. And I appreciate you stopping by today. My name is Ashley, like I said before, and the doctor part comes from I have a doctorate in pharmacy, so I thought it would be a cute play on names like Dr. Ash and her makeup because I love makeup. I've always loved makeup, so I just combined my two loves. So today I'm talking about a new brand called Mavie Cosmetics, and they're based out of California in San Mateo, California to be exact. And they're a brand new brand to the market, and they released some palettes, I want to say about November. And they have a whole little theme called like Take Me To. So I picked up the one that's called Take Me to Paris, and they also have one that's called Take Me to Santorini, and they have Take Me to Hong Kong, Take Me to Stockholm, Take Me somewhere else. And honestly, I probably want to visit there. I love to travel, and my wish list of places to go is like long, big. I want to go everywhere, and I've been quite a few places too. So I'm going to be talking about this palette today and talking about doing a demo, talking about like if I like it or not. This is actually a first impression. I've played around with the palette one time, just like, when I first get it, I was like, oh, let me put a couple of shadows on my eyes. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and do some swatches. This is what the palette looks like. Really pretty color scheme. It's a lot different than a lot of the palettes in my collection, and it also comes with a mirror. I'm quite happy with the size of it and the pan size, and it retails for $23, and you can find like some discount codes kind of floating around on it. And I was kind of hesitant about buying it, but I was like, you know what, I really wanted to try it, so I did make the plunge the first of the year. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch these palettes for you. Okay, so let's see if I end up at my elbow. I always end up like at my elbow. It's only 9 shades. We should be okay. So this is the first row right here. So we're going to start off with Bon Appetit. And then we're going to start with this French Cafe. And then we have One Way Ticket. This is the first row right here. And I'm probably going to end up at my elbow. Look how much space I have in between them. So the second row we have Bubbly Toast, which is a nice champagne color. And then we have Bisou Bisou. Then we have Trench Coat. And this is a matte cream shade. Okay, for the third row, I'm definitely going to butcher this name. This is Champs de Isles. I think that's better. And it's a very popular street in Paris, a very popular tourist destination also, or tourist area. And then this is Mint Macaroon. And then we have Liberty. So these are the swatches. Okay, so within this palette we also have five shimmers right here, and then we have 4 mattes. So the mattes are right here: French Cafe, Trench Coat, Liberty, and my favorite, Champs de Isles. Sorry, Champs. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't speak French. I'm sorry. It's horrible. But so I do really like the color scheme of this palette. So like I said, I have a demo and somewhat of like a tutorial, so stay tuned for that. Okay guys, so we're going to go ahead and get the demo going on this palette. Eyebrows are filled in using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in the shade Caramel. And then I've been using the Fenty concealer in the shade 370 to prime. And I'm liking this as an eye primer too. Oh, we got a little creasage. Let's tap that out. But the shadows blend very nicely over this concealer. So let's go ahead and get playing with this palette. Of course, like I said, I'm using the Take Me to Paris palette by Mavie Cosmetics. And I'm going to go in with a Morphe M441 brush. And I'm going to start off with the shade French Cafe. It's French Cafe right here. Let's move this little plastic thing here. So I'm just like putting this kind of above my crease and kind of into my crease and just back and forth, just building up that light pink shade. I mean, it is light, but it does show up on my skin. But if you're like a couple shades darker than me, I can't really say like how this is going to show up with this. It's such a light pastel-y pink. Okay, and see how the nice set is blending over? Let's kind of bring you in a little closer. Okay, now that I'm in a little bit closer, you see like it doesn't skip, it doesn't cling as so. Multi-use out of our products, I'm about that. And then, you know, like a lot of times I'll get that skipping right here. So I'm not saying it's replacing my Urban Decay, because Lord knows I do love that, and I'm still testing out like the longevity of this as a primer. But I've played around with some shadows and I'm like, okay, that's working out great. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and deepen up the look. I'm going to go in with that same brush. But I'm just like amazed because usually I get so much skipping right here. If you guys know, it's like the primer just sets and dries down. But okay, I'm going to go in with Liberty right here. This is such a pretty color, rosy, not quite cranberry. This is the color on the brush, as you can see. I'm just going to go down a little bit, kind of going to place it, and then go back and buff it out. Oh, did I speak too soon? It's skipping right there. Okay, but I can blend it. Let's see. Okay. Not too bad. It's like, did I speak too soon on that? So, like, how is you guys' New Year's going? Mine is off to a good start so far. I'm kind of like in an interesting transition phase. So, I don't know. 2018 was definitely very weird for me. I felt very blessed, but some things happened that I've been dealing with through the whole year. And just know, like, I'm okay, but I'm not really ready to like open up about it right now. But it's kind of like in a traumatic incident, and I'm okay, but I'm still recovering from it. So I don't know. So I'm like looking forward to 2018. This shade blended out very nice too. Okay. Here for it. I'm here for it. I just want to deepen it up a little bit more, but I'm ready just to kind of move on with my life. And then like eventually I'll come in and speak more about it. It's not that I can't talk about it. I just, you know, in a weird space about it. Sharing that part of my life on camera. Like all my friends that I know in real life personally know. And I definitely want to be like upfront and honest. And I feel like I have to most of them. But like I said, I'm just in a transition phase. And, you know, that's a good thing. So we will see what 2019 holds for me. But I hope everybody is having a good 2019. Okay. So let's see. We got the Liberty shade. We got the nice little French Cafe shade going. I really love the shade One Way Ticket. So I think I want to do that all over the lid. And then I think I want to apply one of these pinky shades in the middle. I'm not going to like carve it out and do like a whole halo eye situation, but it will be a halo eye. Kind of like soft and sweet. I feel like a lot of my looks on my channel have just been like so bold. So I don't know, it's good to switch it up. I like all types of makeup, but I'm not really into like super, like if a palette is all these colors, these two, I'd be like, yeah, I don't like it. So I'm gonna go in. I have my MAC 224. Why do I can't, I'm sorry, it's a child, I don't know, it's a flat shader brush by MAC, and I got it in a gift set. MAC brushes, as you guys know, they have reformulated and everything is synthetic, and even the ones that were like synthetic before, it's like they're not the same. So I don't get it. And it's a pretty shade. So like you do get a little kick up with this shade, and in my palette, it's not, the pan is not laying flat in the palette, but I don't have an issue with it. So I'm just bringing it up, throwing it all over the lid. I think if you're into pinky tones, this is a nice everyday palette. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and give myself a little bit of depth. So I'm going to go in with this Sigma Small Tapered E45 blending brush. Let's see, can it focus? Focus. There you go. Okay. And I'm going to go in with, sorry, my French is bad, but Champs d'Elysée. It's a very popular street in Paris. I've been to Paris, like I said before, but it's a very popular area in Paris. And I'm just going to give myself a little bit more definition. This is not a very dark brown, but it's giving us a little something there. And then I'm going to go in with that same first brush, that Morphe M441. I'm going to pick back up French Cafe. Tap it off. Kind of go back in where we might have lost some of that. And just clean up our blending. Taking the E45 again, right here. I feel like this area has been a struggle for me lately. Like, don't want to cooperate. There we go. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to go in with my like little favorite Tarte brush right here. And I'm thinking, what am I going to take? I'm going to take Bon Appetit. Ooh. I don't know. Let's see. You know what? Let's take Mint Macaron. I love macarons. Does anybody else love macarons? I do. Oh yeah, that's pretty. A little mint sheen in the middle. I'm gonna bring that up just a tiny bit, just feathering out the edges right there. Okay, so I took Mint Macaron, and now I'm gonna go in with Bubbly Toast right here. Tap off, just stick that in the middle, right there. And then I think I'm going to go ahead as an inner corner highlight. I'm going to take Bon Appetit, this shade right here. It's a little inner corner highlight. And then, I don't usually do this, but I'm going to take just a tiny bit amount. And I'm going to just do the brow bone. And I only do the tail. And I like a very soft shimmer if I want to do this. Okay, so I'm going to do the other eye and I'll be right back. Okay guys, this is the final look. I actually really like how this came out. At first, I was not like for sure. I was like, eh. But you know, sometimes it goes to show, like when you put your eyeliner on, I use the Kat Von D tattoo liner, and you know how I feel, but it's in my collection, so I'm using it up. She already got my coins, okay? And it is what it is. So, and I use my Milk Makeup mascara, and I dabbed a little bit of the Fenty Beauty concealer right in this area, blended it out with a brush, and I think like the look came out great. So I'm gonna leave like the rest of my makeup details down in the description bar, but like I said, I think this palette is really beautiful. I do like the shimmers. I think the shimmers could pack a little bit more of a punch. I think that's just my personal preference, though. Everybody has their personal preference. I'm just to the stage that I really like really impactful shimmers, but I can appreciate that the shimmer's a little softer. I think you can foil them. I did notice that like One Way Ticket, it does have some fallout. It's not super crumbly, but it does. I did have a little fallout around my face. And then I do like the shade Liberty. That's like one of my favorite shades in this palette. So this Liberty, One Way Ticket, and I even like French Cafe. So I basically used like all the shades in this palette by now, because I've done like a little tester out on my eyes, just playing around when I first received the palette, except for Trench Coat. But Trench Coat is not really a shade that I would gravitate to. It's not really like, you know, my jam. It's very just vanilla, very light, and I don't really feel like the shades like that complement my complexion, so I'm just going to steer clear to it. Surprisingly, like French Cafe did pick up, but however, I am a little concerned if like you're a few shades deeper than me, will it really pick up? But you'll have to use probably a lighter primer, so I'm not really sure. Overall, I think the palette is nice. I think this is like, you know, something nice and new to my collection, especially like the color scheme. I don't have a lot of like light tone, mid-tone pinks in my collection. The mattes performed well. They did not skip. They blended out very well, so I think that's good. Like I said, the palette, it's what, $23, so it's actually around the same price as Juvia's Place palettes. Only thing with Juvia's Place palettes, when they do their 9-pan palette thing, that their pans are a lot bigger, but I actually prefer this particular pan size because, as you know, I have a lot of makeup and I just don't know who's going to go through all of that shadow for the most part. What I would say about the mattes is I do actually like the texture of them better. They don't seem as thin. And the red one, Liberty, it does feel a little gritty, but it is easy to build up, and I think you do kind of get a lot of pigment on, you know, first application versus like Juvia's. But I don't want to keep comparing the two, but you know, like those mattes can be very thin even though they look intimidating. Like you really just have to like keep building it up, and I didn't find that so much. I just like a certain intensity when I do my shadows, but if you're like kind of like a one pass person, then that's fine and it's okay. Like I said, the shimmers are nice. I don't think this is a bad palette either. Do I have better in my collection? Yes. But is this like the worst thing I've tried? No. So it's just like right in the middle for me. So if you're interested in this brand, just like check them out. I think they've been running sales. Like I said, this color scheme was super pretty. They have like 5 or 6 other more palettes. I heard the performance of those palettes are good as well. And like I said, you get a mirror, so that's also nice too. And I think it's really compact, and it's just like the perfect size that it needs to be. And I really do appreciate this color scheme. So let me know what you guys think of this video. Have you tried Mavie Cosmetics out? Are you interested in them, or are you like, I'll pass? Let me know down below in the comment section, and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I will have another video for you very, very soon. And you know, I'm gonna hit my chair dance for you because I like to dance. And I hope you guys are having like a wonderful January. Your new year is starting off to a good start. And if it's not, like, look up. It's gonna get better. We hope. My 2018 didn't start off like that though. It was like good, bad, bad, and then we was just flatline. But it's a new year. It's a new start. And I just hope that everybody is having like a good, fabulous time. If it's not like good, just find the silver lining, find a blessing in disguise in it. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.